Angel Reese did things last night I'm not sure we've ever seen on a basketball court. I was like, is this real? Did this happen?
Angel Reese just had one of the most disappointing performances of her career, and it wasn't just about the stats. She completely unraveled on the court, making reckless plays and showing unnecessary roughness. It was a disastrous showing that left everyone shaking their heads.
The Lunar Owls brushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court. And Napheesa Collier, well, look now, one thing we could say, they are not afraid of Angel Reese and the Rose BC, because after hitting the game-winning shot, Napheesa had some real words towards Angel Reese.
But the best part? Napheesa Collier had enough of Reese's antics and made sure to teach her a lesson in the best way possible. If you're looking for a masterclass in how to humble a trash talker, you're in the right place. Stick around as we break down every moment that exposed Angel Reese as a player more focused on theatrics than the actual game. And trust me, the numbers tell the whole story.
Angel Reese looks like a very dirty move under the basket.
First spot, draws two, sling it, Reese!
Angel Reese entered the game with her usual confidence, acting like she was ready to take over. But within minutes, it became clear that she was more focused on showboating than helping her team succeed. Instead of playing smart, she spent the game trying to intimidate her opponents, throwing reckless passes and making one bad decision after another.
She's going to go in, and then after she hits it, she's going to bark her head off at Angel Reese.
Eight to shoot, Tiggins Smith, matched up by Gray.
Right
To
there,
the ball. Collier
game winner.
it.
Look at her. She's
12-1.
talking mad shit.
Queen B.
Mad shit.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bombs.
Now, let's get into the numbers because, well, they're downright hilarious. Reese turned the ball over 7 times. Yes, you read that right, 7 turnovers. And these weren't just minor mistakes. We're talking about some of the most ridiculous errors you'll ever see at the professional level. At one point, she threw the ball straight into the backboard, rebounded her own pass like she was playing a game of catch with herself, and then stood there looking confused, as if she couldn't believe what had just happened.
Angel Reese rebounded her own pass. I saw this and was like, this can't be real. Angel Reese thought she was playing dodgeball out there.
Reese's overconfidence got the best of her, as she took some of the most ridiculous shots imaginable, completely missing the mark. When she wasn't throwing up bricks, she was trying to play bully ball, constantly shoving and body-checking Napheesa Collier in an attempt to get in her head.
Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night, 7 damn turnovers. Napheesa Collier right here, 7 of 16. She had 16 points, 9 rebounds, but she had the most important thing, the game winner last night.
But here's where the real fun begins. Instead of letting Reese's antics get to her, Collier did exactly what a true pro does. She stayed locked in, focused on the game, and completely exposed Reese. Every time Reese tried to get physical, Collier responded in the best way possible, by torching her on the scoreboard.
I mean, Angel Reese is out there looking like a UFC fighter.
If you're a hoops fan, if you're a basketball fan, and you watch this, I don't give a shit if you are an Angel Reese fan. You can't tell me this is not egregious.
They're doing everything they have to do to sell this league.
Angel Reese's desperation hit a breaking point when she attempted one of the clumsiest defensive plays of the game. Trying to muscle her way into position, she completely lost her footing and flopped to the ground like a bad actor in a low-budget movie. The best part? The refs weren't buying it. No whistle, no foul, just an embarrassing moment that had fans shaking their heads.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skill. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Social media wasted no time roasting her for the ridiculous flop, with fans pointing out that for all her talk about being a physical player, she sure went down easy when it suited her. It was yet another brutal reminder that while Reese loves playing the villain, she doesn't exactly thrive when the pressure is on. Instead of stepping up and proving her dominance, she resorted to antics that only made her look even more out of place.
This is Angel Reese, the content creator side. It's pretty clear basketball is her top priority. I cannot imagine how anybody could view this athlete in any other way. It's clear basketball is front and foremost. This is all helping with things like shooting better from the field and missing layups. She has no rhythm, just like she can't make a layup. Practice layups. OnlyFans incoming.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier stayed locked in. She didn't need to engage in the nonsense. Her performance spoke for itself. While Reese was flailing around, making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Collier was delivering bucket after bucket, proving exactly why she's one of the best in the game. Every time Reese tried to get under her skin, Collier responded with pure basketball excellence. And just when it seemed like Reese's night couldn't get any worse, she made one final laughable mistake. With a chance to help her team mount a comeback, she panicked under pressure and threw a pass straight into the hands of an opponent. Another turnover, another wasted possession, another moment of pure humiliation.
I think Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player. This was her taking pictures, hanging out with some rappers and producers, etc.
You think you could get a bucket in this format, full court 3-on-3?
You don't think I can get a bucket?
Yeah.
If Angel Reese on my team, yeah.
By the end of the game, the contrast between the two players was crystal clear. Collier was the definition of professionalism, poised, disciplined, and clutch. Reese, on the other hand, was nothing more than an overhyped player who let her emotions get the best of her. It was a night to forget for Reese, but for fans who have been watching her antics all season, it was just more proof that she's nowhere near the superstar she claims to be. This loss wasn't just another game for Reese. It was an exposure of her reckless, undisciplined style of play. While she's built her brand on trash talk and drama, games like this prove exactly why she's not in the same league as real stars like Collier or Command's Caitlyn Clark. The difference between talk and talent was put on full display, and Reese walked away with nothing but another embarrassing loss.
You got to see this clip. Runs down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup, and throws it to the girl behind her. No skill.
So Lexi Hull's right here, right? She's going to come out here. She gets the ball, going to pass it into Angel. Look at this, folks. That's Lexi Hull. Wide ass open. Does she get the ball? Angel not only did not pass the ball back out to Lexi Hull, but she missed another freaking layup.
Angel Reese, never one to take responsibility for her mistakes, immediately went into damage control mode. Instead of acknowledging her reckless play and poor performance, she deflected, pointing fingers at everyone except herself. The refs, her teammates, the coaching staff, even the court itself. Everything was to blame except the one person actually responsible for her disaster of a night. It was classic Reese behavior. Act tough, play recklessly, and when things don't go her way, claim to be the victim.
To keep going, it's hard. Like, it is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but like, that's why I put the work in every day. Cause like, there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me. And just being able to be an inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here at Unrivaled has just been the best thing for me.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier and the Lynx were celebrating, and rightfully so. Collier did exactly what a true leader does. Stayed focused, played smart basketball, and delivered in the clutch. She didn't need to resort to cheap shots or trash talk. Her game spoke for itself. While Reese was busy flailing around and barking at the refs, Collier was leading her team to victory with poise and precision. And when the moment came to silence Reese for good, Collier delivered with a game-winning shot and a well-earned celebration right in Reese's face.
3 weeks into the season and Unrivaled is struggling to sell out a studio that seats 800 people?
At some point, TNT Sports is going to be like, we ain't making no money because we ain't got no ratings. And I mean, they don't have any ratings, and she's not pulling them. She had a game last Saturday, didn't even make 80,000 viewers. This person said you complain about everything. Professional life is different, and you can't seem to handle.
And let's not forget the internet. Social media had a field day with Reese's meltdown. The memes started rolling in almost immediately, as fans roasted her 7 turnovers, missed layups, and, of course, her final possession blunder. Some even joked that she was trying to set a record for the most embarrassing plays in a single game. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Angel Reese talks like she's Shaq, but plays like a YMCA hooper who just learned the rules. Others pointed out that Reese's entire game is built on unnecessary aggression rather than actual skill, and this performance was just more proof of that. But here's where it gets even worse for Reese. The WNBA is watching. Coaches, analysts, and even her own teammates are starting to see the pattern. Her reckless play isn't helping anyone. It's not winning games, it's not improving her skills, and it's certainly not earning her respect from the league's top players. Instead, it's making her a liability, and if she doesn't adjust her game soon, she might find herself getting fewer minutes, or worse, becoming just another overhyped player who never lived up to the talk.
Have some sportsmanship, seriously. Now, she's still acting up, running her mouth right here. She's pointing out, look, you're running your mouth. Get out of here. The referee said, I'm not listening to your smart-ass mouth. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Black History Month. Y'all know I had to be the first. Seriously. So she just claimed that she got thrown out because she's a victim of racism.
When it's not going well for you, claim racism.
She came out, made it about race, and got crushed.
Let's be real. This was supposed to be a new era for Angel Reese. She entered the WNBA riding a wave of hype, marketed as a game changer, someone who could bring energy, attitude, and dominance to the league. But here's the problem. Being a game changer requires skill, discipline, and leadership. What we saw from Reese in this game was the exact opposite. Undisciplined, careless, and at times, straight up embarrassing. Compare that to Napheesa Collier. She doesn't need antics to prove she's one of the best. She just goes out there and dominates the right way, with skill, composure, and leadership. She took everything Reese threw at her, absorbed it, and then hit her where it hurt the most, on the scoreboard.
Angel Reese is never gonna improve her basketball skills. Check this out.
I see you miss layups just like they do and everything, but forget them. Yeah, you know, I mean, I miss layups too. So I mean,
Everybody miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound, box me out.
Yeah, don't be mad because your fade didn't box her out. That's what I say. Period.
I see your miss layups like they do, but forget them. What the do you mean forget them?
The contrast between Collier and Reese couldn't have been clearer. One played with maturity, the other with reckless arrogance. One let her game do the talking, while the other let her mouth run as her game fell apart. And in the end, only one walked away with the win, Napheesa Collier, the true star of the night. So, what's next for Angel Reese? Well, if history is any indication, she'll probably double down on the excuses, play the victim, and pretend like none of this ever happened. But the truth is, she got humbled in the worst way possible. The only question now is whether she'll actually learn from it, or if this is just another chapter in the never-ending saga of Angel Reese getting exposed.
This is why Angel Reese's game is never going to get better, y'all. Her mom telling her this and her fans are the same exact way. Zero accountability, bro. Imagine this, y'all. You playing basketball in front of the whole world. People have been constantly criticizing your game and you messing up on the court. There's all this film and everything about what you need to do better and what you're messing up on. And your mom is just sitting here telling you, well, forget them. Just forget them, bro. Like, that's terrible advice. Like we see why Angel Reese is the way that she is. Man, look at how her mom is just talking to her, telling her just forget them, bro. But then y'all are so mad that the world doesn't like her and talk so much about her, bro.
As for Napheesa Collier, she just reminded everyone why she's the real deal. She doesn't need theatrics, doesn't need drama, just pure skill, composure, and a winning mentality. And after this game, one thing is crystal clear. Angel Reese is no Coleman's Caitlyn Clark, and she's definitely no Napheesa Collier either. Reese can keep running her mouth, but at the end of the day, basketball will always expose the truth. If she wants to be taken seriously, she needs to focus on improving her game instead of flexing after every rebound like she just won a championship. Until then, she'll continue to be nothing more than a loud distraction, while players like Collier and Commands Clark cement themselves as the true future of the WNBA.
And then she's like, oh, everybody misses layups. I'm so tired of this everybody misses layups thing. Yes, a whole bunch of basketball players miss layups, but people are not missing layups like Angel Reese, bro.
Fact.
Statistically the worst finisher in the league. So that means you're last and at the bottom. So that means you're the worst and nobody is missing like you are. Yo, this is not rocket science. Angel Reese GPA holders, bro. This is not rocket science, man. This is amazing. Y'all just cannot keep it real with this girl, bro. That's why she looks like an unrivaled. That clip that just came out with her getting blocked by Breanna Stewart like 3 times or something, and then she finally made this shot, bro. That's why her game looks like it is not even improved at all, man.
As the final buzzer rang out, Reese did what she always does, looked for someone else to blame. She shot a glare at the refs, shook her head in disbelief, and acted as if the game had been stolen from her. Never mind the fact that she had single-handedly sabotaged her team with 7 turnovers, reckless fouls, and an inability to make a clutch shot when it mattered. Instead of owning up to her disastrous performance, she walked off the court with the same entitled attitude, refusing to acknowledge that she had been completely outclassed.
And then the whole, you gotta box me out to get the, bro, you should be making the shot, bro. Instead of sitting up here talking about, people aren't boxing you out and all of this bullshit. Like, if you make the shot, bro, we wouldn't be even sitting up here talking about these whole rebounds and over and that bullshit, man. But it's crazy, bro. It's crazy I came across that clip. I just saw somebody post it today, and I'm like, damn, bro. No wonder this girl does not take accountability.
And let's talk about the reaction, because it was brutal. The fans didn't hold back. As Reese exited the court, she was met with a wave of jeers, and social media wasted no time roasting her. Clip after clip of her worst plays flooded the internet, with fans pointing out just how badly she had been exposed. 1 minute, she was flexing, acting like she was the toughest player in the league, and the next, she was getting clowned for one of the most embarrassing performances of her career. What was supposed to be her moment to shine had turned into an absolute disaster.
Fans of Angel Reese, Barbie, are upset by commentary from YouTube videos and social media platforms. Angel Reese posted, "Using my name for clicks is literally a drug. We give people what they want. Whatever they want to see. I'm not allowed to talk about her missing layups left and right, but she can go on her podcast and talk about Caitlyn Clark or anything else that she wants to. But her supporters, oh, they're mad. Could you hit a rim? Could you not airball to the thousands of people that's watching on TV? It's a pretty poor looking product on television. The announcer simply pretended Angel Reese airball on the 3 didn't happen."
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier got the last laugh, both on the scoreboard and in the eyes of the basketball world. She didn't need to resort to trash talk or cheap shots. She simply played smart, disciplined basketball and delivered the ultimate dagger with a clutch game-winning shot. While Reese was busy trying to act tough, Collier was proving that true dominance comes from skill, not antics. This game was more than just a loss for Reese. It was a statement. She walked in thinking she was the star, but by the end of the night, she was nothing more than a punchline. And here's the real problem for Reese. This isn't just a one-time thing. This game exposed a pattern. Time and time again, she has leaned on theatrics, trying to intimidate opponents rather than actually outplaying them. But when the competition gets real, she folds. This was her chance to show she could dominate on the big stage, and instead, she crumbled under the pressure. Now, the big question is, where does Angel Reese go from here? The tough girl act is wearing thin, and after this humiliation, people are starting to see through it. The fans saw it, the media saw it, and most importantly, her opponents saw it. If she doesn't change her approach, this won't be the last time she gets exposed. So, what do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for Angel Reese's tough girl facade, or will she finally learn from her mistakes? Let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.